So this is my side legs training tutorial. I won't take full credit for all of this training. Some of it I got from Sylvia Turkman's puppy training DVD, but some of it also is my own takeoff from there as well. So to start training side legs, you need some kind of a platform, and I use a lot of luring for this. I don't use a clicker. I mainly just feed when I've got the dog in position. So I lure until I've got them with 2 legs on and 2 legs off. And then when they've got 2 legs on and 2 legs off, I just feed. I don't bother with the clicker because I'm just feeding. There's no precision with this. And with a lot of dogs at first, they just need to get comfortable with being kind of uneven. It's almost like having one shoe on and one shoe off. So I'm just feeding for her being in this position. Okay, and then you can every now and then, once you've started to build some value for the side leg position, okay, and so you can see she's not in the side legs position, so I might have to lure her off and then lure her back. So you can use a lot of luring for this. I don't use very much free shaping. And then I can switch sides. Okay, so the same thing on the other side. So once they've got the idea of this and they're really comfortable with side legs, you can see she's very comfortable with it. She's offering it. The next step is to start to take your platform against the wall. So start to put a little bit of elevation on your platform. Now, I've probably put that up a lot quicker than you'd want to at home, and obviously you kind of need to have something underneath it, otherwise it falls down. Okay, and gradually increase the angle of your platform against the wall to the point where you've got it pretty much straight up against the wall, and they're standing on it straight up against the wall. And so at that point, they're getting pretty comfortable with side legs. And again, we'll work on the other side as well. Okay, and so then once they're really, really comfortable with side legs, then I don't use the platform anymore, and I start to just use the wall. Now at this point, I will use a marker sound, and I use a tongue click because it's easier than trying to have a clicker in my hand, and I still feed, if they're keeping their feet up against the wall, I still feed pretty regularly. So that's the next stage. Is just having them against the wall without the platform. From there, I move over, and I happen to have a post in my basement. And so what I started to do is I wanted to have a little less wall and still be able to get the behavior. Okay, and I wanted my dog to have some support, so I started to encourage her to lean on my leg. So I'm feeding a little bit to my right so that I've encouraged her to lean on my leg. And the post just kind of reminds her of the wall. She's not really putting her feet up on there, but it's kind of similar to the wall. And then the very last stage that I did, because I wanted to be able to get the behavior away from the post, is I have just a little bit of kind of an X pen here, and so I started to be able to bring this out. So it's kind of, it's not as solid as a wall, but it's sort of similar, so it helped her kind of understand the behavior that I'm after. And so again, I'm feeding her, and I'm really encouraging her to lean on me. I could click this behavior, but I don't really find, I'm not shaping, so I don't really see a need to click it. But if she puts a foot down, I'm not feeding her. So I'm only feeding her when she's got those 2 side legs up. If she drops one of the feet down, then I stop feeding her. And so the very last stage after I've had the wall is to start to try to get it out in the open without any wall, without any kind of cue from the post or from the wire or any of that stuff. And again, always feeding her when she's keeping those side legs up. And I've encouraged her to lean on me because I think it looks a little more dramatic when they're leaning over than if they were just holding the side legs up. And it also gives her a bit of support with having the side legs up. So that's my side legs training tutorial. I try to do everything equally on both sides. We've got this side a little further at the moment than we have the other side, but we'll get the other side the same way.